My buddy and I are settled into the blind. The first sit of 21. It's on what we call the Big Sandy food plot. The rain's picking up and I think our scent's just pooling around this area. Right here, that's gonna do it. A rage through the cage. Oh, go, nice spot, nice spot.
Raise your hand if you're the main hunter tonight.
Did I get him?
I'm headed to Iowa, buddy. Man, this is what I live for, kid.
Halloween morning. Been a long time coming. You got a dead buck right here. You got a dead buck right here. Well, we got the job done. Good decision to back out. Seems like every deer we kill this year is out of redneck.
My buddy and I are settled into the blind. The first sit of 21. It's on what we call the Big Sandy food plot. My main interest tonight is the biggest buck we've got on camera here in Kansas all year. So he was here early this morning and last night. Hopefully he'll be back tonight, give us a shot. So buddy and I are waiting. The rain's picking up and I think our scent's just pooling around this area. That old doe and two fawns caught my wind. They're still standing up there on the far end of the food plot, but well, this is gonna do it for the first hunt of 21. It's raining me out here. I don't have the Kubota this weekend and I gotta drive through about a quarter of a mile of plowed ground, so if it rains very much at all, it's gonna get greasy and slick. Plus my scent's pooling around the stand that doe and two fawns picked me off before they ever got close, so I think I'd do more harm than good if I set it out any further. Saw some deer, watched a beautiful food plot. I'll take it. 21's starting, not necessarily with a bang, but it's starting. It's gonna get better. It's October 8th and Steve and I are back here on the 220. I came out last week, just me and my dog. We didn't have any luck. The wind shifted on us. Tonight we got a warm, strong south breeze, which is what we need. So even though it's hot, we're gonna go in there and try to fill a tag. Right here, that's gonna do it. A rage through the cage. Saturday, the 9th of October. Steve and I are headed to the Big Sandy food plot again. All three of my hunts so far have been in this blind. This buck here is, I'm gonna call him 21 because he's my largest buck on my properties in 21 that I know of. So we're gonna try to get an arrow in old 21 and hope that he don't also turn into number 22.
Well, here we are. It is October 28th. Sam and the boys, Hudson and Hoyt, are on their way out here right now. But in the meantime, me and Tim, we got a little time to go hunting tonight.
We're gonna try it over on the 160. We got a new food plot there and a blind set up, so with this nasty weather, if it'll kind of clear off right before dark, they might really be moving.
Yep, it's getting to be about that time. It's nice and cool, windy today. We're hoping for some movement tonight. We'll see.
This will be the first time we've ever set in this blind. It's a new food plot, about 1.5 acres or 2 acres of wheat in some terms. We didn't get it planted very early, but I'm kind of anxious to see what comes out. It could be pretty good. One buck we call Duke has been in here quite a bit. He's pretty massive. It looks pretty good, but I'm hoping to see the big 21 buck. We'll see what goes. It's pretty cool until we got in this blind and got out of wind. Feels pretty good now. This is a beautiful plot. The rains that we've had recently have really helped it. The turnips were too far gone. I think they're mostly done, but the wheat looks really good. We actually came in and re-sowed wheat on top of what we had, so we did that on most of these food plots, and it looks like it's really paid off. So it's just nice to be in a blind, be in Kansas, just be chilling and having a good time. That's what it's all about. You know, the little button bucks are more adventurous. They usually kind of get off by themselves. Go, nice buck, right behind the tree, you know. There you go. It's a nice split G2 buck just came in the field. We could hear him grunting all the way across the field, even in the wind. He just chased one of the does into the woods.
We're heading to the blind right now. My dad's gonna drop me and Tim off. Sam, Hudson, and Hoyt are going to the 160 blind. That's where we were at last night. And we've seen a real good buck there. Actually, two of them. One of them is too dark to film, but one real good buck. They're pretty excited. They should have an eventful evening, and we're going to the Big Sandy food plot. We're gonna sneak in. We're gonna get into the redneck. We got a marginal wind, but we're just gonna close it up and just sit in there. It's gonna be a fun evening. We're getting in early. Gonna walk quite a ways. My dad's just dropping us off, and then he's gonna come pick us up later to clear the field, but hopefully doesn't have to. Hopefully we've got a big old buck on the ground. Would be real nice. It's a little muddier across this wheat field than we had hoped. making a pretty good set of tracks.
Chris and I are on what we call the Big Sandy food plot. We pulled a card from here earlier today and checked it. There's been a tremendous amount of buck activity here, and not little ones either. There's about 3 or 4 here that would fit the bill pretty nicely. It's just nice to be out sitting here. We've already seen like 5 deer walking in. Had a really neat evening last night. Saw a beautiful 10-pointer chasing does around the food plot. It's that time of year. Just being outside on a day like this is a treasure. There's a little yearling buck out here. There's some more does and stuff coming out on the wheat field behind us. It's about 5:45, so it's getting close to prime time. As I mentioned earlier, we got a real marginal wind. It didn't seem to bother this little yearling buck, but earlier an adult doe, she got her wind and took off. So I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot. We'll see what happens. Oh, fresh bone. I'm gonna take him. Can you get straight? Did you nail it? I think I nailed it. Oh, that's a nice buck. That's a real nice buck. Give me one of them. Oh man, that's a good buck. I think I hit him pretty good. I don't expect him to go much further than what we could see him run. Oh man, that's not 21. It's his running buddy with the big split down there, kind of a different beam. He's a really unique buck. Just a really neat buck. And he's huge. His body, I'll bet he weighs 300 pounds. He's huge. I ranged him at 31 yards before I shot, just to make sure. My goodness, that's a nice buck. I think we got the job done here in Kansas. That is so neat. Headed to Iowa, baby. Yes. Well, we've just sat in the blind after the shot. It's been a good hour or more. Then we'll go back to the house and wait for Sam and Hudson and Hoyt and see what they did. And we'll review the video. I think I hit him pretty well. Slightly back maybe, but the way he was angled, I think it's going to be a pretty killing shot. So we'll see what they did, and then we'll go recover my deer hopefully. So looking forward to it.
We're in Kansas right now. We are planning on going hunting in just a little bit.
Who's the main hunter tonight?
Hoyt.
Raise your hand if you're the main hunter tonight. What do you have to say, main hunter?
I want to go to kill a deer.
So we just got here, and the first sign of deer is a buck chasing 2 does across the edge of the field. We don't know where the buck is at this moment because I cannot see it from the window, but the 2 does ran off to the further down the field, and there's probably a ran off. We're gonna see what comes up next. We'll tell you then. Did I get him? Okay, so we are at the field in our blind, and we just shot at the deer. We think I killed my first ever buck and second deer. So we're gonna go pick up the arrow. Was that good?
Give me some knuckles, baby. Give him some knuckles, Hudson.
Where did I shoot it? So when we first pulled up, we got in the stand, and first deers we saw were a buck chasing 2 does, and then another 3 more came in, and then they were all together in the end of the field.
We just had a great night. I mean, we had, from the moment we got into the blind, there were deer in the field, real similar to what Chris and Dad saw last night.
It's a brand new food plot.
Brand new
brand
food
new
plot.
property. It's all brand new. And old Hoyt christened it beautifully.
And this is a big buck.
Dad passed up
That is
a
a big
really
buck.
good buck there last night. And then this guy, and his teeth are worn down in front. I mean, this guy, he's fully mature.
Like full grown.
Now,
Full
Hoyt,
grown
if
for
we
your
just
first
had him
buck
up at the
ever.
truck.
So we got Hoyt's buck, and we're tracking our grandpa's deer now. So last night we tracked it up this hill, and now we're tracking it again. And there's a big blood piece or bit right here. So we're on something.
So we lost blood last night, and we were going to do a body search, but we found more blood this morning way up on the hill, and the steers went probably 300-400 yards now, and it's been straight uphill. So the shot still looks pretty good. now that we're on a blood trail and in the woods, I kind of expect to find him pretty soon. He hasn't laid down yet, so hopefully that first bed he's dead in.
We tentatively called him Brush Pile, and that's because he had a lot of junk over here. He's pretty neat, pretty unique buck. Anyway, in that food plot, there's probably 4 to 5 shooters. I mean, it's just a really good spot. And this guy was, I don't know, the second one. There's the other buck in there we called 21's probably a bigger frame, but certainly no bigger deer. Unfortunately, the coyotes did get to him. But
They did most of the gutting.
yeah, they messed him up pretty good on the other side, but
The gutting is done.
we looked until we had to back out last night. Put her there, butler. Good job.
Wow, what an exciting episode for the Huntline crew. Acres and acres of food plots and hours of scouting were spent to identify where to place the redneck blinds for these hunts. Both of these hunts happened in late October, which shows how dynamite a late October cold front can be when paired with a good food source located next to bedding. Congrats to Tim and Hoyt on their mature Kansas bucks. Join us next week as Chris and Sam take to Kansas to pursue some large Kansas whitetails to wrap their tags around.
Well, guys, we are pinned down.
Hopefully tonight's the night. It's prime time right now. They're out there doing their thing.
Wow. Always, thanks again for watching this week's episode of Huntline TV.